Hello and welcome back from Word Indian Defenders. I just found out yesterday that the Series EB got a new tower instead of just for 5 beam defenses. And Series AB is my favorite class in the game, but I wanted to make her work for this challenge. But the problem was she didn't really have anything to deal with the wyverns, and in testing she generally didn't have enough damage to deal with them manually. But I think with the new tower that's likely no longer the case, so I wanted to actually try that now. But welcome Raymond. I don't know why, but I feel really off right now. But anyway, I'm not sure there's anything else for me to go over, so I may as well just jump right into this.
Etheria.
It's Syria. The positioning of her beams at the start is kind of weird. And it's just based on the pathing of the enemies. Feel better? Thank you. I'm not sure that I'm really sick or anything. I just feel off for some reason. Not necessarily fatigued. I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling, I guess. Welcome, Juge. Thank you for the bless. The power that Series EB didn't get is elemental, so I'm still going to need to deal with at least some enemies manually. But it should be a lot more doable than needing to deal with every single wyvern on my own. Something wrong? I don't know, I just feel kind of weird right now. I'm not really sure why. But I think I'm at least feeling okay to stream at the moment. Kind of weird. Not really sure. What am I doing? Carrier. Just weird. I think I also need to make sure I make more of a conscious effort to keep prevent my head from tilting down too much when I'm streaming, so that my tracking can actually keep better track of my mouth. Saying me positive vibes. Thank you. Make sure to be aware of how I'm feeling as stream progresses. If it becomes a problem, like, yes, I can just end it, but hopefully that's not going to be the case. I forgot to reload. I really like eating weapons, using weapons that need to reload. But stabs tend to be better on PvE anyway, because crossbows actually get a damage penalty, so once I actually get that stuff, that's not something I'm gonna have to worry about. I'll play a full string tune for me. Not sure if I'll be able to hear that, but I appreciate it. Okay, so focus here. And the positioning does need to be kind of... needs to be very specific. Or exact, I guess I should say. If I don't position these properly, then the enemies won't actually pass through them in a way that they'll take enough damage. Just a better staff at least. Picked up something that wasn't a staff, I guess. Make sure I don't get hit. Don't need to pick up everything right now. The important thing is I don't lose my experience bonus for getting hit. Or by getting hit, I should say. Flipping all of the first 15 coins into here for tower damage. That middle one might be slightly off. Me kind of hard to gauge because Marting zombie floor are a bit... they're not as constant as I would like them to be. And it's just the way to put it. If it was all straight lines all the way down, it'd be a lot easier to judge. I actually got that up in time. It's important you're I got an experience boost. I can basically just upgrade these 2 beams and call it good for the entire rest of the map. Deeper well is not difficult. Go ahead and put some rinse into tick rate. Descending my dungeon. Playing some deeper well defenders. Alright, where's that staff that I equipped? Sure. I'll just call that good. Doesn't really matter. I'm gonna sit back and relax. Proton beams are very strong. As long as you actually position them properly. Welcome, Alter. But I'm back, thank you. It's kind of an impromptu break from streaming, but yeah, trying to get myself back into it. I'm doing okay, I think. Still not getting my... I'm still struggling to get my sleep schedule where I want it. I guess that's the way to put it. Welcome, PB. Get to take breaks even if they're random. I think it's important to take care of myself, but if I find myself needing to take a break like that, I think that's more an indicator that I haven't been taking care of myself as well as I should be. Getting Risk of Rain 2 next time it's on sale. It's a fun game. You gonna block PB? Because he wants you to play League. Hopefully he doesn't drag you into it. And if you do end up playing, it is a fun game. Yeah, I should actually look at these items. None of these are particularly standing out, though. Since I do have 2 weapon slots, I can use 1 slot for my actual damage dealing weapon And the other slot has basically a stat stick. Which is convenient just for some extra stats. I think she is standing out at the moment though. Thank you for the bless, and give me 1 second for the health check. Health has been checked. They expected me to be streaming after like 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but saw that I had to stream at like 11 a.m. Yeah, I kind of streamed at a very unusual time for me, again because my sleep schedule got thrown off. This is definitely more of a normal time for me. I'll be honest, these items pretty much all suck. But I guess he'll just have to make them work for now. I say could probably go with a more useful stat than just a single point of move speed. Or not a single point, 2 points of move speed. Let's just go with this. And so watch the 2 videos I uploaded from past streams. Yeah, I didn't get caught up on editing my Bending the Thunder's streams, which took some time. But yeah, those are uploaded and scheduled for posting now. Still haven't started editing my run and bun videos yet, which honestly I think if I want to do it right, it's going to end up taking significantly longer than I usually take editing. As you may have noticed, I don't exactly put a ton of time and effort into that, since one thing, they're basically just meant to be condensed versions of what I do on stream. I also don't have a ton of time and energy to dedicate to editing, on top of not having much experience with it yet. Alright, Hopefully this weapon isn't too bad. And it has 2 extra projectiles, which is pretty nice. But the base damage is definitely lacking. I would read that, but I don't think I really have the breathing room for that at the moment. We'll have to get to that when I can. Of course I get stuck and end up letting the crystal take damage. Which does mean I lose out on experience, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't exactly have the time and resources of someone who's able to do this full-time or hire editors and whatnot. Here at this, you enjoyed watching. I'm glad you enjoyed them regardless. Currently editing a compilation video, but I have to go through almost 40 hours of clips and footage. Yeah, it really can just be a lot. I accidentally equipped that without thinking. I'm just trying to store these so I can look at them later. It's not a big deal since what I had I don't think was that good anyway. But once I actually pick out what I'm wearing, I should avoid equipping something randomly. Not get hit by a bat. And so Archie's just gonna chase me around while I pick everything up. I love editing, but you just don't have the mental energy for it with everything going on. I see. Out of curiosity, what editing software do you use? I hear a lot of good things about DaVinci Resolve, But when I tried it, I just kept getting this error that I wasn't able to fix. I tried looking it up, couldn't find any information on it. Tried asking other people who've used it, and their solutions didn't work, so kind of gave up on that. Managed to get that up in time. Okay, used to ventures off. You get an issue with random frames in the video. Just turning into red error message frames. And welcome Thelion, or however that's supposed to be pronounced. I missed it just so well. 1, 2, 3. Bishops with points in hero damage. Oh, thank you for the subscription. Also, Jude, what ears are you referring to? Did I just run into something there, or was something weird going on with my controls? Bro. And that VTuber's ears? My ears? What about my ears exactly? I do want to make sure I don't get blown up by the kobolds. I know I say that a lot. But I think that's how I lose this map. Otherwise, I shouldn't really have any issues. I like how they move when I blink. It's definitely a nice touch, I think. Eli did a good job overall with the rigging, I have to say. kobolds coming. Can't stand too close to the blockades or you risk getting blown up. Been meaning to go check my gloves, but I haven't really had the opportunity to. I should also make sure I'm upgrading my blockades here. That's not my blockade. There we are. You're not hearing enough doomsaying? But I haven't really felt the need for that. Thank you for the 6 months of subscriptions now, Pi. I once again think I'm out of time. Yeah, barely had a chance to glance at those. And so there's no reason to be picking up items right now. I think I already upgraded all of those. Finish upgrading my proton beams. What do I call my followers? I'll get blown up. And I don't really have a community name, if that's what you're talking about. Can I call my channel Prince Guano? That is kinda gross. It looks like ogre's coming down the middle. May actually select right. Yep, please. Yeah, that's a lot of kobolds. Let's repair the blockchain. The ogre doesn't break through. Can I get a moderator to bat 5ET? I think my mods are here right now. But, how do you feel about being called saps? I don't think daddies really fits. Oh, welcome, Real, and thank you for the raid. Yeah, let me actually type this command properly. But, what were you up to today? Or Final Fantasy? For those who don't know me, I'm Juniper Lee, the, challenge run VTuber, currently doing an Ironman challenge of Dungeon Defenders with the Series EV. Did I take up any other weapons? And the food's slightly better. It's still not great. Or Final Fantasy 14. Savage Raid progression. I don't know what that means. You get good drops at least. Okay. Is there anything... better in terms of sheer damage? This thing is good, but obviously I'm not nearly high enough level for it yet. That's probably not going to be as good. I'm not really happy with any of these. Oh well. Any slow stuff in here that had some good stats. Yeah, this one. And it's significantly better than what I had at least to the stat stick. Wait, am I just not even wearing a helmet right now? I guess not. Hey, can I hit the right buttons, please? I'm gonna rest for a bit. Good luck, thank you, and rest well, Juge. Thank you for the health check. Give me a second. Health has been checked. I'm cooked. Hopefully that's not the case. That's a lot of tick rate. Not sure whether that's worth taking over what I'm already using. Looks like the gloves I accidentally picked up were in fact worse than what I had. These have really good tower stats, but really bad resistances, which shouldn't be worth taking for now. That's pretty good for now, I think. Alright. Guess I'm gonna have to settle for this and hope it ends up being enough to at least deal with the fire immune wyverns. No charge speed bonuses, Rust, though. Hey, guess we'll see how this goes. Yeah, I could end up saying that a lot. Physical beam share. Oh, I am already high enough levels for bust beams. That is going to be nice, I think. If I missed out on too much experience, that wouldn't be the case. I'd have to wait before I can actually build any of those. I do not feel much damage. Could be worse, I guess. All my protons on that side done. Now let's do this side next. I guess we should see whether... Okay. Beams did take care of them all. I think I probably got lucky there. A welcome ocean. Then I'm going to need 5 in the middle instead of 3 like on the sides. Just to deal extra damage to the ogre. 3 proton beams once I get my best beam up should be more than enough to deal with anything else on the stage. Aside from the wyverns, obviously, but that's what the new tower is gonna be for. Wyverns spawn next wave, I believe. Honestly, I might not even need these buff beams. How does this Ironman work? Oh, well, basically, I'm trying to do the main campaign on insane hardcore difficulty, starting completely from scratch. So 0 experience, 0 mana, 0 items. Without failing or restarting a single level. I've done it with a few different classes at this point. This is the new tower, by the way. Not sure it really matches the rest of Series EV's defenses in terms of appearance. Doesn't really look high-tech enough. For any of these. Okay, neither of those are fire immune. And I let myself get hit. Wait, this thing's fire immune? Okay, that was really dumb of me. And I don't even need to wait here. The wyvern's just gonna end it. Since it's immune to the defenses and I died. Oh well.
I would hope you defend the crystals, but I can sell these. Have you considered changing your specialization? Still looking for the right hat for me.
It's a mana token. Could be ready for the next attempt, I guess. I'm kind of burning up right now, and drinking water isn't really helping either.
Etheria.
But hopefully I can avoid taking unnecessary damage this time. And hopefully get better item drops too. I think good placement of that beam specifically is the most awkward, because if I don't place it properly, or if I place it too far one direction, it ends up not dealing enough damage to the goblins. If I place it too far in the other direction, then it ends up not hitting the archer on the next wave. It looks like ads are starting in a couple minutes. Bird attacking slightly early there. Alright. Putting more points in beam damage again. Done my blockades. One thing I need to make sure of is that I don't hit them too far forward, so I can actually hit reflection beams in front of them. Its placement can be kind of awkward on that front. Managed to avoid getting hit. Vulcan's Kami. Probably not the best timing because ads are starting very soon, but welcome in regardless. And by soon I mean 10 seconds from now. So, going on break here, and We'll be back in a couple minutes. Alright, answer over. I am back. Hopefully I'll be able to cool down soon. Didn't really open my window, but I did adjust my thermostat. Welcome back, thank you. I don't really have any ice packs to use. As I could do is grab a frozen block of truffle. Honestly, I probably should open a window after stream. Can't really do it during the stream because it risks background noise. Don't want to get hit by any of these arrows. It all whoosh. Like windy. I mean, it might be. There's also the possibility of people and cars being loud. Mainly cars, let's be honest. Selection beam up first. Upgrade these proton beams. Then I just need to open all the chests without getting hit. There we are. I just wait for my lasers to do their job. You go pick up the items. Increase beam tick rate. And then I don't really have anything else to do for the rest of the map. Series EB really just kind of trivializes deeper well. Not that that's saying much considering it's the easiest map in the game, but I said before, what am I doing? I said before that the early game in this challenge is probably the hardest part. Since I haven't had the opportunity to scale yet. And A lot of other classes wouldn't actually be able to make it through deeper well. I would know, I've tested it. Okay, where's that staff phase? Put it away. Anything better? Okay, this looks pretty decent. Does it have any charge speed bonus? And its maximum level isn't great, but I guess I'm not sure whether this one or this one would be better. And I can do a EPS check on these. Are you dummies? Install to send your Twitch into your Discord so you can get extra sub icons. I'm not really sure how that works, to be honest. I might need to link my Twitch channel to my Discord server. Yes, that's better. Even if it's just slightly. So the nice thing about this one is it has higher base damage and actually has a decent charge speed bonus. Whereas this one has an additional projectile. Seems to have significantly lower DPS. It does get 2 extra upgrade levels, but considering the charge speed bonus, I don't think that's worth it. You like how my ears pop out? Thank you. So I'm not sure specifically what you mean by that. You have to re-download the game so you understand it again. You're so used to the sequel and remake. It's understandable. Welcome, Ironman. And I should probably take Tower Health over to create. This just gives more stats in general. Alright, I think that's as good as I'm going to manage. Just saying they're tall. I see. On this rep, basically just need to make sure I build my blockades far out enough from the crystals so it's safe from splash damage, which I think is further out than before. It seems like the blast radius on kobolds is bigger than it used to be. I also just need to make sure I don't get blown up by the kobolds myself. As long as I do that, this map should be pretty straightforward. This actually does decent DPS. Did nothing go to the middle? It's kind of surprising. That's all I have to mana for? Yeah. Plant some beam damage. 3 minutes, you'll be going to sleep. Almost 12. I see. It's only like 8 PM here, so it's not very late for me. Especially considering my schedule. And go these. Or not. I started that too late to be able to finish without getting hit. Don't think he'll be able to. Yeah, I'll get shot as I try to build there now. Let's get reflection beam out. Not hitting its source. Just barely managed to avoid that arrow. That should be sufficient to avoid using my weapon. Extra 8 defense units, I just use on these extra beams in the spots that the ogre can end up going. The ogre almost never goes to this side over here, so just putting four-length ones on the other two sides seems to work the best. I think the only time the ogre has gone the opposite side for me was playing Countess when I was messing around with different blockades. It's because of how the targeting works. Like that definitely wouldn't be applicable here, since the blockades are identical on all three sides. I guess switching the two sides, it ends up coming to will depend on I think it's unit collision. At least as far as I can tell, that's what's likely to make the difference. It's not really consistent one way or the other. Probably shouldn't have gone this way, oh well. Upgrade to level 2. I was pointing a bit paranoid about kobolds, so I'm just repeatedly checking the map to make sure they're not spawning. As long as I'm on top of the crystal, I should be out of their blast radius. Since the crystal's not in their blast radius, if I'm on top of the crystal, then I should also be out of their blast radius. I stream a lot? I wouldn't say that. I would like to stream more than I do, but it's hard when you're working full-time. Maybe someday I'll be able to just do this full-time instead. I have to get pretty lucky for that to happen, but it started with for exhaustion, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of well known that in any unconventional career path, you need to get lucky for it to actually work out. I'm having some trouble actually targeting my upgrades properly. It's going middle. Yes, that's what happens when I have them stacked up on top of each other like this. And half of the crystal. I think I almost got one up there. Prepare the beam so it doesn't go down. My channel's growing immensely. When you first got... I felt like you're the only person that came other than butterflies. I do think it's... grown a certain amount in the past few months. Obviously not blowing up like other people have, but don't really need to or expect to. You know, Wookie, you saw me playing this game on YouTube. I think that's kind of how I got my first few viewers. My first few recurring viewers, I should say. I just had my stream recommended to them by complete chance. I guess in your case, video. Give me Hytale so he can get some new viewers from that game. I don't really know enough about Hytale to be interested in it, to be honest. We've heard that over 99.99% of streamers don't have more than 10 viewers who have broken through that invisible ceiling. And on Twitch, I think I'm in the top few percent of streams, but that's not really saying much. There are lots of people just streaming to no viewers. Lots of people who quit before 1 year, but I greatly appreciate that people actually enjoy watching me. They're completely random, despite not searching for Dungeon Defenders at all. It's kind of surprising. Become another generic Minecraft VTuber? Are there a lot of those? And I know Minecraft got really popular on YouTube at one point, but I'm not sure that's really the case anymore. And none of these stabs are as good as one I'm using right now. In terms of stat stakes, I can go with this one. And this one seems better. Power damage is just kind of a more important stat. I see lots of Minecraft videos on Instagram getting views. I wouldn't have any idea what's going on Instagram, because I don't really care about Instagram. All the famous VTubers do it in clips you've seen. I honestly don't really watch fake VTubers at all. I said this before, but when it comes to streamers, I pretty much exclusively watch small ones. And the big streamers I do watch, I don't even watch their streams really. I just watch their videos on YouTube. And it's a lot of tick rate. The streamers you mainly see from YouTube randomly or Instagram? Yeah, I don't really use Instagram at all. I don't have any interest in it. Seems like a lot of popular media apps I just have no interest in. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to upgrade this. Deal with the fire and wyverns. You're not a Minecraft viewer or a VTuber watcher, but the impression you have of someone that does both is a not very unique viewing experience of. Well, I think when it comes to Minecraft, the vast majority of what you could do with it has already been done or is being done. So it's kind of hard to do something unique with it. But VTubers, it seems like a lot of them are just variety streamers. And don't really have a or I guess niche to help them build a specific audience. I obviously have my own niche. If anything, my niche is too specific, so it's hard for me to actually get reach due to lack of broad appeal. There's definitely a sweet spot, I think, if you want to be able to grow quickly. Welcome, Vialbra. Thank you for subscribing for 2 months now. You prefer niche content? I definitely agree with that. I can find it. Honestly, I think that's probably a big reason I have trouble getting into bigger streamers, is they just don't really have a niche I'm interested in. feels they just kind of do whatever. Yeah, like what a camera said years ago, they stream 2 random games 70% of the time. I think... Well, as I said, having the niche to focus on... And I let myself get hit. Helps a lot with growing. You don't need to always stick to that niche 100% of the time. I don't always exclusively do challenge running, but it is the majority of what I do. The only reason you clicked on my stream was I was playing Slay the Spire while playing Pokemon. Did you watch this or check the stream preview or something? I don't think you could have seen Slay the Spire otherwise. And that goblin's not on the laser. But yeah, speaking of Slay the Spire, I'm potentially going to be Twitch preview. But yeah, I guess it was on Twitch, not YouTube, wasn't it? But yeah, I might end up playing some tabletop simulator. Doing the... Oh, I messed up. Hang on. Doing the board game with others on stream. Kind of wasted mana there, but oh well. I think I'm getting distracted too much by chat. Also, it sounded like someone just dropped something upstairs or something. I heard a voice and then some thumping. With my board game people, I wouldn't say that. Not yet. My defenses up quickly. I say I should probably be building my buff beams before my reflection beams, but oh well. Okay, SAM unit. Ooh, with. I guess it's still kind of up in the air at the moment, but I have played it a little with via stream. And first I played the actual physical game a couple times with other people. I get these up in time. Yes, I can. Reason. This one's neutral. That one's neutral. That one's dead already. Almost got hit by that arrow. You've wanted to own the board game for over a year. It is a bit expensive, as I've said. I got it as a birthday gift. But yeah, I got a notification from Twitch during my unplanned hiatus about my affiliate anniversary, which I kind of forgot about. But honestly, I don't really care about it. I think my actual VTubing anniversary is a lot more significant to me. But funnily enough, last year when I hit affiliate, that's when I ended up getting really sick and taking a bit of a hiatus that time as well. Poison neutral. Surprisingly, none of these are fire. It's convenient, makes my job a whole lot easier. Yeah, I've been Twitch affiliate for a year now. Been streaming slurry close to 2 years. Less than a full month before my anniversary, which I did take off work, so I can do an anniversary stream, which I think I'm just going to be playing Fall Guys with viewers that day. As I've said before, I like the idea of having my anniversary be a day when I play games with my viewers. Like last year I played PokeMMO, so only 2 people actually battled me, those being Butterflies and Poke. There we are. Alright, let's get my proton beams all up to level 1. I've kind of been neglecting them. Bones on the side are actually getting kind of low on HP. I don't think they're at risk of going down, but I actually just focus on the middle. I think that's where the only real threat is coming from. Still no fire immunities. I honestly have no idea how many people to expect for that. Could be just a matter of getting a small party for random lobbies. Or I might end up needing to make custom lobbies. Is there enough people? So I'm not seeing any fire immunities. On the game, it is free, but here's some fire immune wyverns. Your PC sucks, so you just have to watch. Sorry to hear that. It can be frustrating when your hardware doesn't let you do what you want to do. Alright. Are you even taking enough? Yeah, it's where you need to reach for it. It's actually in range of the SAM units. It's not even hitting the blockade. That's easy, I guess. Yeah, I should put these in hero health, shouldn't I? To repair for the boss fight. You can't really rely on towers to deal with the boss. I guess I haven't thought about exactly I want to build for that, but I have a general idea. Oh, welcome, Klantala. And you beta swallow? Yeah, much about custom PCs being up. Rebuilds are scams. I've heard that rebuilds have actually gotten better than they used to, or cost efficient rather. But even more recently, I've heard that PCs in general are getting absurdly expensive. So who knows? It does look like ads are starting in a couple minutes. I'm probably not going to need... Well, I should probably lock them just in case. Even if I don't use them as weapons, I can at least use them as stat sticks. I also feel my hiccups coming. Plus 9 tower damage, but I miss out on a lot of hero health. This seems pretty good. Okay, that seems very good. What is tower damage plus significant increases to other stats? Yeah, looks like ads are starting here, so I'll go ahead and take my break and be back in just a couple minutes. Right, I'm back. Ended up going through the rest of these items. Good, and max out this staff. Welcome back, thank you. Have a good night, Velian. Julian, however that's pronounced. Alright, didn't you figure out my build for this? I think what I probably want to do is do a do 2 proton beams and a buff beam for each of 6 choke points. And that should be enough damage on its own, where I don't even need to worry about blockades. But that would be... $84 defense units? Yeah. And then I want... another defense unit freed up, which I can manage. I can build a single blockade, and the blockade is a surprise tool that will help us later. For now, let's just put protons up. Don't have enough for this mana for everything I want right now. They at least shouldn't have any problems with this wave. Guess we'll see how this goes. I'm saying that again. Okay, yeah, this is already working fine. Get that up there. Hello, and made it through. Dang. That one looks stuck. Not anymore, I guess. Get the rest of the protons built. So I'm not really sure. That should be fine. Okay. Proton beam there. Proton beam here. I can make this one just 4D. Then both beams. I just need to get 2 protons each. It feels kind of wrong not having physical beams. Then I need just a small physical beam right here. Actually, not right there. Over here on the side. I can focus on upgrading the buff beams. Buff beams are so strong. Of course, the one chest I didn't pick up the loot from included that one green drop. That's my bad for not paying enough attention, I guess. I feel like these need to be upgraded even more. This might be a little overkill. Alright, let's upgrade the buff beams over here. And I've been neglecting them. They're both hold 2. Get them up to level 3. Now, I didn't build any towers to deal with the boss, which means I'm going to need to handle the boss manually. So I really need more points in tower health. Or not tower health, hero health. They don't just get wrecked by the boss. I even put those in the right stat. I did. Seems like that was such an insignificant increase, though. Let's get the hardest boss in my runs. I think so. First and second bosses have never been an issue for this challenge. And dang it, that's no towers. Yeah. Which isn't ideal. But I do have a contingency plan. Which I guess you'll just have to see. All my buff beams are maxed out at this point. Now I just upgrade my protons into move. Yeah, my defenses are absolutely holding up. Myself get hit there. So you lost out on some experienced flames. I'm a lot tankier, so I didn't just die, but it was the end of the wave anyway, so that wasn't really a concern. Yeah, I'm approaching 20 points in the hero health base, plus a bunch from equipment. I don't think I'm even going to be at a... Wait, that's as high as it's going to be for this fight. So it's obviously not going to be 1,000, but yeah, I need to finish upgrading my lasers. Main ones are level 3. This blockade is taking a lot of damage. Oh, come on. It went down just as I was trying to upgrade it. That did so much damage. Get these up to level 1. So thank you for the bless and the health check. You're gonna have to pause for that, I think. These all look like they're upgraded. Health has been checked. Spray build. Blockade. The fact that it went down means I lose out on an experience bonus. Didn't upgrade that to max. Probably upgrade these now. And then make sure these are repaired. I think that's about as good as it's gonna get. Honestly, even if I did use towers here, I'm not sure that they would do me much good. Talons are down. But laser did nothing. dying. Yeah, using the laser like that feels super risky. So I need to get a bit close to use it. And I'm dead. Okay, time to see whether this works. Now that I'm dead, there's only one physical defense for the boss to target. And that is the physical beam. Now, ideally, the boss kills the physical beam while standing on the proton beams, which it did. And now, I need to hope that my beams can kill the boss before they go down. And that is what that little physical beam was there for. This might take a bit of time. This was my intended strategy? Yes, yes it was. I mean, ideally, I wouldn't need to resort to this. But yeah, this was my backup plan. And I think it's working. It seems to be dying faster than my beams are. It is kind of slow though, I have to admit. Will the strategy hurt in the long term? Or what's the downside? The downside is if the boss kills the blockade with ranged attacks while it's flying, then it doesn't stand on the beam and it just stays flying in the air and it never dies. So there's a bit of risk to it. Aside from that, there really isn't any downside to it. How did I figure that out? Really just observing how the boss AI works. That sounds really bad. The chance that it just doesn't work. And I guess that should be good enough for now. Yeah, the fact that there's a chance it doesn't work is why I still wanted to try beating the boss on my own without that method. But that method is also the reason I didn't want to put up any SAM units to deal with or to help take out the boss. Because if the physical beam goes down before the SAM units do, then the boss isn't going to stand on the beams like that. Right, I kind of doubt... This is... where I'm kind of unsure. I don't know whether I'm going to need to upgrade another weapon before I hit level 60. Because I don't know whether what I have now is going to be sufficient to deal with all the fire immune wyverns in the future. But I guess that's something that I'm just going to need to judge later on. At least for now, I don't need to deal with any wyverns until Hall of Court. I guess we'll go ahead and lock that for now. This seems pretty good. At least compared to that one. Fortunately, I got the crossbow boss drop instead of the staff boss drop, which is the downside to playing a character is that can equip multiple weapon types. Honestly, it would be nice if there wasn't the damage penalty on non-staff weapons. But I'm not sure when or whether they're ever going to change that. You believe in the run? Hopefully that ends up... this ends up being the run. I think this is only my second attempt, isn't it? At least on stream, I guess. I did test this before, just to see whether it was possible, but the wyverns on August quarters were just too much before they added the SAM units. A lot of large bonuses to stun duration, but I don't even use stun beams. They're kind of bad. They're very bad, actually. Okay, these actually have good power stats, but those resistances are the worst I've ever seen. Yeah, now that they introduced the SAM unit, this feels very doable. Actually, decent bracers. And the movement speed penalty isn't great, but I've seen way worse doing this challenge. Sure, let me reduce my movement speed even more. I can't go lower than 0. This actually seems better as a stat stick. It was one that I was gonna save anyway. It seems better though. Right, that I can't even equip yet. I think I might be picking up too many items, because going through all of these is kind of awful. These things are already maxed on upgrades, so I don't need to worry about upgrading that anymore. I guess I'm ready to move on to servants' quarters. And I still need to figure out
Squire,
what I'm
apprentice,
doing in
and
terms
monk
of
arrive at the
build.
castle's interior, exhausted after their epic battle with the terrifying monstrosity.
Using two
The apprentice wonders where these dastardly creatures are coming from.
proton beams
The
per
huntress remarks that evil beings must be drawn
pass
towards the energies
seems kind of
contained
obvious.
within the Eternia crystals.
And for the other
The monk,
25
who has taken a
defense
vow of
units,
silence, stoically stares off into the distance as if remembering something from a dream. The squire boasts
and
that it doesn't
physical
matter
beams
where
are
their
probably
opponents
my
hail from,
best
as long
bet.
as they fall beneath his sword. On that, the team agrees and forges on into the castle to turn back the tide.
That still leaves another... what, 7 to 13 defense units left, depending on how long I need to make the physical beams. At that point, I guess I can just wing it. I don't usually sit through that cutscene, but I wanted to think through my build. Don't really have a better way to do this. This is kind of an awkward choke plant. Mega Girl is the run, hopefully. I guess that's fine. Been going well so far. I'm already running out of time. Which might screw me over. The other sign. I was a bit concerned there. Just gonna extend these out some me. Dark zone. And these can go some here. Right here. This kind of an awkward spot to fit a blockade. Or to fit a blockade, rather. At this point, I'm just going to worry about the green items. Do I make it in time? Just barely. Okay, any more damage? My turret damage, I think. Put that there. Base. Here, I guess. This can go here. Then one here. That still leaves 13 defense units. I guess I can place 3 buff beams now. I just have to figure out the best spots. Okay, those mages are gonna be a pain, aren't they? So actually I might end up needing to take care of those manually. Ow. Might be able to stretch a bus beam on the setup on the right side of the map to hit both. I really doubt that. I think I need a reflection beam here. Probably don't need any additional defenses on the top side. Is he in on some item pickups? Oh well. More concerned about my defenses. Those mages are not letting up. Nice reflection beam seems to be doing its job. Keeping me lucky and relatively safe from the mages. Oh, these beams are getting low. It's kind of dumping planes into power damage for now. I don't think there's anything in particular I'm wanting at the moment. This is the final wave, so I don't need to worry about opening the chests in time. More mages are spawning. Just don't want to get blown up right by kobolds while trying to deal with the mages. Then get overrun by the mages while I'm dead. These mages actually seem to be the biggest threat. How did this get up here? They're back here. Oh well. It was kind of chaotic, but this map is now done. I think he might want more points in tower health. My damage seems pretty good right now. Right, time to go through my items again. My low is 34 now. I am. So my epic equipment is now usable. That just seems better. Aside from the power stat penalties, but Not going to need to worry about that on this upcoming map. There are too many items in here. You don't think they want that big penalty to hero damage? I kind of need hero damage to deal with taverns and bosses. These are pretty good stats, I think. So are these. Way better than what I'm using. Worse tower stats with better hero stats. And it looks like another ad break is starting soon. $27, $33 versus $27. Slightly worse tower stat or hero stats, but better tower stats. I don't think that's better, at least in terms of tower stats. Your stats are a lot better, but I'm gonna go with this one. But this. The -7 to move speed is a bit much. This is much better aside from the resistances, but I think I can afford low resist at the moment. Bunch of sleeves. Stat sticks, I guess. Yeah, answer is starting here, so I'll take my break and be back in just a few minutes. Alright, I'm back. I'm probably just going to Do one more map. And then what for today? How many more upgrades is that? And I don't need to worry about that now. I think I just go ahead and start Castle Armory. It should be pretty straightforward. I basically just have 6 paths to worry about, 15 defense units per path. They don't really have the defense units are like You don't think that's gonna work? Do it this way. I'm really feeling the pressure when it comes to build time on these larger maps. I think games are just harder to place properly than a lot of other defenses. I'm not getting much XP from this wave, but oh well. Probably overthinking my chances for this though. Probably should just my protons, but my physical beams. Worry about the rest after that. Not gonna work. Here we are. I managed to take out the kobolds without it dealing damage to anything. We stand in a chest, but that's fine. More points on per damage, I guess. I don't know, maybe what I'm lacking right now is move speed. That'd probably help me get stuff up faster. And it's fine. This should last 4 defense units. I guess I can just put a buff beam here. So I think that's the direction the ogre usually goes. I just upgrade my proton beams. And that physical beam because it got damaged. And the buff beam, of course, because it's a buff beam. There it is. I saw the green spot on the map, but third time seeing where the actual item was. Keep a green buzz beam. If the ogre doesn't actually go this way, then that's... oh crap. Just gonna be a waste. It's not, but the... Ergo Warriors. Having some trouble targeting these. Okay. What? He is... Okay. And just use the plus and minus keys for this. What is that mage doing? Her damage should be high enough. Yeah, that is damaged. I don't have enough mana for that. Okay. Final wave. This is the ogre wave. Is probably a threat. Did that warrior just jump in the spike pit? I think it did. Okay, it is calling this direction. Its warriors are making things a bit iffy. And hopefully, see the ogres dealt with. I think I'm in the clear now. Yeah, and this mage is causing issues. There we go. Okay, let's put some points in the crate. And it's also the attack speed for SAM units, I'm pretty sure. For the reason the stun duration stat isn't completely useless, because I'm pretty sure it increases the range on my SAM units. Which is actually useful. Ow. Okay, so I think... yeah, this thing can actually be really strong. Minus 10. 0 health is not great though. It might be worth using anyway, though. So lock it for now. We should also lock all these higher level weapons. Probably shouldn't bother with the legendary ones. That's not true because they can still be it as stat sticks. Only to, I guess, get that in my head. That weapons can be useful as something other than being a weapon. So many items, and most of them are garbage. Need better than 21 in power stats. Which is none of these. I just have the ones I can equip. And so this isn't bad. Neither is this. This thing is just so strong. Do I really need something that strong? Fully upgrading it would likely take too much mana. I'm popping us? Probably not too long from now. I had a dream we were in VC. It came right with like 4 of us and I was unmuted by accident. That's an interesting dream. Plus 31, that's 40k. Yeah. Honestly, if I just want a decent weapon better than the one I'm using right now, without spending too much on upgrades or worrying about negatives, this is probably the one I want to go with. Not even that much stronger than what I was using. Oh well. Guess I'll go ahead and find someone to raid then. Go ahead and take up the run next time. I haven't raided Outgo in a while, I think. Let's do that. He's ending, or you're talking about me or Taco? I'm guessing me. Alright, well, if you're watching on YouTube and would like to join the raid, feel free to switch over to Twitch, like stream. I was thinking about streaming tomorrow, but I'm not sure whether that's actually going to happen. I'm going to say it's unlikely, but possible. The next stream will most likely be Thursday or Saturday. I guess we'll have to see. But as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.